Putin has several children, and they are likely to be his children, although he doesn't accept that. Even his official daughters from his official wife, he calls them sometimes these women. I don't know why such an attitude. At the same time, he pays money for them, and they are quite rich, successful people. At the same time, he has an official daughter from a lady from the cleaning staff who was poor, but then she has suddenly become very rich and prosperous when she gave birth to her daughter. And his daughter, or her daughter, or not his daughter, and in 2022, she's quite young, she made an attempt to be against the war. Then he shut her up, or not him exactly, I don't know. Then she disappeared. And recently she popped up in France, in Paris, if I'm not mistaken. And she is working in a gallery. Also in this gallery, some exiled Russians present their works, and she works in the exhibitions. And her employer, also Russian, he says that no, she's just an ordinary girl. She was raised by her mother, by her father, by her grandmother, and by her mother. That's a standard model for Russian families. And she is just an ordinary girl. She finishes her work and she rushes to the bus to go home. And she also studies in France. So the question, where does the money come from? And I am very happy if she managed to overcome herself, and if she opposes to Putin as his daughter. It's very difficult. Also, some of them don't accept that she is his daughter, like her mother or herself, but she looks exactly like Putin. And where does money come from? Because we know that her mother is extremely rich, somehow extremely rich. And also, ordinary Russians, if they're opposing Putin, they have to overcome hell to stay in Europe. Personally, I can say for myself. And Russians are not exactly welcome in Europe. And you need to have a very big budget to settle down in Europe. And an ordinary family doesn't have such finances. So the question is, where does money come from? That's why some people say that children are not responsible for the deeds of their parents, and I agree with that. But at the same time, are you allowed to use your father's money when he is a murderer?